everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a long while, but nonetheless, I am here and I just want to say, first of all, I'm wishing a happy, safe, peaceful, calm quarantine to everyone, because I know that these are some interesting times. It's new. We've never been in this situation before as a nation, as a whole entire planet, right? So as far as this generation, the people who are alive on this planet right now, it's been a while since we've had a pandemic or something like that, you know, like it's been a while. So I just want to wish everyone grace, peace, and love. For support, you can go on to vibratehigherdaily.com and go to our blog. Me and my mother write a bunch of blog pieces on there that we believe that can help sustain people during these times, give you some helpful practices, make you feel better, uplifted, fill your cup up spiritually. So go ahead and do that, and then also subscribe to our newsletter, Sacred Sundays. Woo, woo, woo. You can find it on the website as well. We do a lovely newsletter every single Sunday for everyone, for the collective, for our followers, for our supporters, and for my mom's followers and supporters. I'd be working behind the scenes, but anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. I help her with that as well, and we create a beautiful newsletter every week. So go ahead and subscribe to that, because I believe that you will love it and you need it. So today I'm going to be talking about trauma. It is something that's been on my mind. I've been hearing the word a lot lately, and I was like, you know what, why not make a short little video about it, giving my insight on it, and just really getting into it really briefly, hoping that I can say a few things that will help people who have experienced trauma. I believe that a lot of us on this planet as a collective have experienced trauma, whether it's as a whole planet, a group, a country, a state, a race, even down to individual people. All of us have experienced it on different levels, and I just want to talk about what it looks like. Trauma for me has been something that I have had to really work through in my awakening, in my enlightenment, in my transition to living a more high vibrational life, being my more high vibrational self, and wanting to really break cycles. Because even though I felt like I was just super strong and I was resilient and I just wasn't like carrying anything, through my actions, through the way things were manifesting in my life, it was showing me that I needed to work on some things internally. I needed to heal some things, right? Because as far as the situations that were happening in my life and the constant cycles I was living through, it was really my traumas manifesting in that form, because I was not really dealing with it. I was still carrying that weight underlyingly. I would brush things under the rug, and because I would do that rather than just dealing with what I had to deal with, I faced a lot of different things. I made a lot of different decisions that I would not have if I was in my healing. Really not living in my power is what I can say. So I want to talk about healing with your traumas. For me, like I've basically just stated, until I truly went in and healed, the things that needed to be healed within me, I was just floating. And I feel like I see a lot of people who are dealing with trauma, and the healing can be right in front of them and they don't do anything with it. You have to really be ready for your healing, especially when it comes to traumas, because a lot of the times it's right there in front of you, and it's waiting for you. It's like, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to be healed, I'm ready to be dealt with. But a lot of times we're not ready, because sometimes we're stuck in that cycle of self-victimization, or we really have gotten comfortable in the cycles that we're in, even though they might not be benefiting us in the most positive way. So for example, say that you fell out with somebody, right? And it was something that they did to you, and you got so angry, you've held that anger for quite a while, it's been suppressed within you. Every time you think about the situation, you get upset. Every time you think about that person is brought up, you get triggered. And this person reaches out to you and they're like, hey, I apologize, or I want to make amends. I want to make peace with our situation, whatever happened. So in the context of what I'm talking about, there's one or two things that can happen. One, you can say, okay, you know what, let's do this. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear your apology, and woo woo woo. And you guys come to peace, you come to an agreement, and you're still holding on. You're not fully letting go. You're still holding on to a situation, and you're still acting out on that anger. You still get triggered. You still have not fully released and let go. Or two, you completely shut it out. You're like, no, I'm not ready. Or no, I'm not trying to deal with that situation right now. You just kind of like don't want to deal with it because you're comfortable in where you're at, and like dealing with that situation kind of makes you a little bit uncomfortable, which is all energy at the end of the day. Those are two examples of how healing can be right there, and we kind of shut it out because we're either so comfortable where we're at, we don't want to step out of our comfort zone, or three, it's just kind of like we're not ready, right? And that's okay. I think a lot of our journey is all in divine timing, and even though things are supposed to unfold in certain times in certain ways, it'll just keep getting pushed back until you're finally ready to step into that. And of course, the healed person, the person who's ready to be healed or ready to evolve and grow and move on from these situations, they're going to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready. I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to forgive you, but I'm not going to forgive you for you. I'm going to forgive you for me. Right? Because at the end of the day, you can forgive somebody, and which is like in the example I said before, you can say, okay, I forgive you, but you truly don't let go. And the only person who is really feeling that and the weight of that is you. At the end of the day, that person is moving on with their life. They're like, okay, it's cool, whatever, we made amends. But if you don't make amends with yourself in any situation, whether it's from somebody else or not, you'll never truly reach that place of peace within with that situation until you are truly ready to let go. And that's how you release that particular trauma, that pain point, and it will stop showing up and manifesting in your life. You'll find more of a sense of peace with a lot of different things. You'll notice a little shift in you. So my main message is to truly allow yourself to reach healing with your traumas. It is not an easy journey. It is definitely difficult. It's really hard to change your life when you've been living a certain way for so long, but when I tell you, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. The sense of peace that you reach, the ending of cycles, stepping away from one timeline to another, and just realizing like, okay, I have my red pill, blue pill, like which one am I gonna take? And the only difference between this and the Matrix, which is like you can only take one and you can't go back, it's always going to be there for you, and you're always going to have an opportunity to go one way or the other, no matter where you are at in life, which is the beautiful thing about this planet, this realm, this dimension, this universe, is that it's everlasting, ever changing, and at any time, any moment of the day, any second of our lives, we can definitely choose to step into our healing and step away from holding on to what has pained us before, because we start to realize when we get into our power and we start to learn about, you know, metaphysics, how things work within the body, how things work subconsciously, we realize, okay, you know what, I don't want to carry that any longer because I want to feel something different. My best advice is to start with subconscious programming. Okay, so get to a point where you truly understand the subconscious mind, what's going on within you, where your thoughts are rooting from, what your beliefs are, where those come from, if you truly resonate with those beliefs to this day, or if you feel like you can move forward. Get to a place where you're starting to be able to use your discernment with things, like whether you truly resonate with anything or nothing at all. Figure that out, because that will help you start to like be able to pick apart things and really go get to the root of whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is you're thinking, and then you'll be able to decide whether this is your thoughts, these are your beliefs or not, and whether you want to feel this way or you want to feel that way. You'll start to take accountability of your emotions, the energy that you put out into the universe, the energy that you take in, and that will really help you get to a point where you're just like, okay, you know what, I'm ready to deal with the things that I have not dealt with in a long time. I'm ready to go deep within and figure out what is it that I'm holding on to, what is it that I can keep, and what is it that I can let go of because it's either serving me or no longer serving me. And a lot of the times, the things that have pained us, we learn that, you know what, it wasn't about necessarily the pain. Yes, it hurt, but it was more about the lesson. And then you start to carry yourself different and your journey starts to look different to you because you're now journeying in grace, which is what my mother talks about so much, which is a powerful, powerful tool. You give yourself grace, you give others grace, and then you start to hold compassion and equanimity, and you start to realize, okay, you know what? Whatever happened, whoever caused this in my life was doing the best that they could from where they were coming from, and I'm going to do the best that I can from where I'm coming from and from where I'm at in my life. So just really, really fine-tune yourself. Get into yourself. You know, we are in quarantine at the time that I'm posting this video, and it is really a time to go inward because we are all forced to be in what my mother talks about in her book and on her website, and then of course on Emotions that she has with Conscious City Guide is about the terrains that you're in and the different terrains and what they can look like in our lives. And right now we are all being forced to be in some sort of a desert, which means that we are called to be away from everyone else, away from what we are used to, what we're normally programmed to do every single day. I think that's all shifting for everyone. We are starting to have to look at things so different, even businesses. Things are shifting and things are changing and things are evolving. We have now the chance to go deep within and fulfill our spirit and see what is it about me that I like, I don't like, that I want to change, that I want to keep. Who am I? What do I like? How do I feel in these times? I think we're all really forced to feel right now. And the thing about traumas is that it forces you to feel. And for a lot of people that can be uncomfortable, but it's so necessary. It is a beautiful part about being a human being, a living being on this planet, is that we all feel something. And we all have the chance to change, to heal, to grow at every single moment. It literally can just be a conscious flip and we can just switch into a whole alternate way of being, way of living, way of thinking, way of breathing into this world, way of journeying in grace. But of course, it does take a lot of work for most of us because it's not always easy to just, whoa, I'm just a changed, enlightened, healed person. It takes work. It really does. For some people, it can just be like a mental switch, but for others, you know, it takes time. So if you are one of those people who it takes time for journey in grace, know that you are not alone. A lot of people, even like your favorite healers and teachers, that's what I'm learning about working in this field, in this realm of wellness, because I worked behind the scenes with my mother, and I'm learning that they're human too. They have their imperfections, they deal with what they deal with, they have traumas that they've overcome that they might still be working on. The beautiful thing about life, like I've said, is that we're constantly changing, constantly growing, and every moment is a moment to learn and grow. When you look at your traumas from an empowered place, which is of learning and of an opportunity to grow, it shifts the game, it changes the game. My final thoughts and words to you all, if this is something that you resonate with, is to go inward. Go as deep inside of yourself, into your subconscious mind as you can. Surrender to a higher power that is guiding us, that is within us, to our higher selves, because that is the force that is going to guide us into our healing. It's going to pick us up when we fall down in this journey, in this process of healing, when we get defeated and when we feel like we can't go any further. That is going to be the force that is going to carry us through to the other side, to the space of healing, to this place of overcoming, being the overcomer, and then you might even turn into the healer. I mean, that's what really most people do. They find ways to help others when they get to the space of like peace, zen, equanimity. You start to want to help others. I also want to say, don't be afraid to feel. that is the precious gift that we have all been given on this planet, and to feel is to be alive. So when you stop feeling, you're just walking dead, and you don't want to be that here. You only get to come here and experience life in this vessel once. I believe in reincarnation, but I'm talking about this particular body that you're in right now, watching this video, in your little environments, in your environments. So allow yourself to feel. It's also a teaching opportunity too, because once you overcome, you can help others overcome as well. And also, I really want you guys to journey in grace during these times, because at the end of the day, we're going through a reset, a shift, and even though it looks dark, at the end of the day, we're gonna come out stronger than ever. We're gonna come out different, innovated, shifted, and send prayers to everyone out there who has lost a family member. My uncle actually caught the coronavirus and he overcame it and is in a healing space right now. But I truly just want to say that no matter what you believe, no matter what you feel, this is real. So take the precautions to be safe. My lovely grandmother, Queen Afua, says that people are just dying from a lack of knowledge. So if you can, look into holistic eating and healing and boosting your immune system in a natural way. Don't just stuff your body with artificial, man-made things. Find things that come from the earth that can heal you, because that is what's going to sustain you, make you stronger, and make your mind clearer. That way you can reach that place of healing. So yeah, I just want to say I love you all, and I wish you guys the best on your journeys through this. I really hope that you guys are able to go inward and feel and breathe and enjoy your families. And if you're someone out there that is going through it right now in the space that you're in, whether it's abuse, whether it's just like losing your mind, mental problems, I pray for you. I send you love, I send you compassion, and I highly recommend, like I said in the beginning of the video, to go on the blog and really just read, because we have a lot of things that can help you. We have practices. In our Sacred Sundays, we share affirmations, prayers to say. I mean, so much. Even my mom's book is really helpful, because she overcame mental illness. She overcame so much abuse. She's a survivor. So yes, get into it. Get into your healing. Get into this holistic life and journey in grace. Much love.